To give our hero a good kick in the air, and to have each one of his body parts reacting to physics with verisimilitude, we're going to have to set up something called a ragdoll. And a ragdoll is a system of rigid bodies which are attached to the limbs of the character. Let's set one up now. Go ahead and go to Game Object, Create Other, go all the way down and click on Ragdoll. And right here we see the wizard where it asks us to put in each one of the body parts will be corresponding to the colliders that Unity will then set up for us. So I've got quite a few game objects up here in the hero model. So to speed things up, drag things in the actual reference variable here, or you can click on this little circle up here and just type in which game object you would like to reference. So let's get started with the root. Okay, this is a little out of view. Let me minimize it or restore it, and then just type in root. It's going to give you this alert noise. I'm not sure what it's trying to alert you to. Perhaps that you haven't set up all of these objects, but everything is okay. Just go ahead and click enter. Click on left hips and just type in left hips. First result. Move a little bit down, left knee. And I'm just going to go ahead and set up the rest of these. Go ahead and leave all of these values at default and just click create. Okay, immediately we see that our character is now covered with a bunch of colliders. I'm going to go ahead and turn the spaceship off for a second so we can better see where these colliders are attached. And to see them, to go through every single one of them, we can actually filter all of these parts if we just simply type in collider. And then we see all of the colliders that are within this scene. So here we are. We have the head, the character controller, which is still listed as a collider even if we don't have a component attached. Left arm. Left arm looks pretty good. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the left arm. And this is the left elbow. The legs look a little bit too thick for me. And you can customize all these, so it's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring down the size a little bit. Oh, once again, I'm adjusting the wrong part of the leg. Radius, I still want to reduce it though. Okay, 0.12, left hip. I'm going to go into right hip there. I'm going to skip a few of these. 0.12, reduce them. Okay, we're on now left knee. This is too big for us. 0.09, let's try 0.1. 0.11. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to go and just duplicate this on the right knee. 0.11. Just going to even bump up the size a little bit. Okay, it's 0.68. Right knee, let's go back to left knee. 0.68. Okay, let's just, okay, these arms are fine. The root, okay. You know, it gave us this box collider up here on our chest. Well, you know, I do want to switch this, but I want to show you the effect it will have with just this collider here. Okay, I'm going to save the scene. Then X this out so I won't filter this. I'm going to actually, I don't have to turn this on because I'm still going to have the colliders, but just for not to confuse ourselves visually, let's find out what's going on. Okay, and we see some sort of jittering effect going on, and the hero is not responding to the ragdoll. Why? Well, that's because we still have the character controller attached and we have the animator attached. Now what the animator is telling us is to use the animation, and while it's using the animation, it's actually overriding the ragdoll. So what we need to do is to turn all of these off. If we turn on the character controller, our script is going to get confused because it's saying, hey, you are not referencing a character controller, where did it go? So we want to turn off our script so we won't get all of these console alerts. And watch, once we turn off the animator, immediately we see our character go into a ragdoll stance. Now to make this a little bit more dramatic, let's try to pick him up a little bit and disable all of those components before we hit play. Considering all of this will be taking place in real time, we're going to be disabling these components through code. Now an alternative way to creating a C# script is by going into the Solutions tab in your MonoDevelop, then just turning down all of these parents, code directory, and then click on this gear up here, add new file, C#, and then just give it a name. In my case, it's going to be ragdoll switcher. I'm going to go back into Movement Manager, and I'm just going to copy those default namespaces and extensions. Go ahead and close this class. Make sure to give it the same name as the file, doll switcher. And let's write a script that will change from mechanism to a ragdoll effect.